Hey everyone, I just wanted to come on today and bring you guys some exciting news that it is the new moon in Scorpio coming on, and to celebrate this exciting new moon energy in the very psychic, spiritual sign of Scorpio, I wanted to offer you guys a free join day, actually two of them on November 14th and November 15th, today and tomorrow respectively. You can actually have completely free sign up to my Patreon page. I try to do this once a year. It's been a little bit more than a year since I did this before, so I thought that it was time for those of you who have been considering signing up for a while, or who have been wanting to maybe get more of a trial phase of the service. It is going to be free today. Yes, and how this works on Patreon is when you sign up, you will get an automatic refund and confirmation whenever you sign up, and it will all be laid out over there if you're interested. And as some of you guys see, I sometimes post snippets of the weekly forecasts that I do on Patreon here on YouTube, which I am going to be including in this video as well, a brief snippet of T-Chat 40. I do these weekly forecasts called T-Chats over on Patreon every week, and they are only on Patreon. It's how I say thank you to those people who have been kind enough to support these efforts. So the root of everything that I do here on YouTube is totally free. As you guys know, YouTube is a free platform, so Patreon is very helpful in facilitating a bit more of a structured approach to the content that I offer. So if you've been particularly helped by any of this content, or if you would like to, partake in the Patreon side of the community, which is really wonderful, which you don't even have to be a member of Patreon to do. We have a Discord page, which is open to everybody, but by being a member of the Patreon, you also get a cool few perks on Discord as well. So I will, in the description box below, link the sign up page for the Patreon page and also the Discord. And yes, if you sign up on November 14th or November 15th, you will have your November membership fee refunded, in essence, making the first month free. So thank you guys so much. And without further ado, I'm going to put in a small snippet of T-Chat 40 to give you guys a little bit of a preview of what you get every single week as a member of Patreon. Thank you guys so much. And if you've been a member of the Patreon for a while, do comment on this video what your thoughts of the service have been. And without further ado, let's start this preview. Hi everyone, and welcome to T-Chat 40. Thank you so much for jumping over to Patreon today and checking out this exciting channeling and insight about the oncoming week. I'm going to be speaking about November 16th to around November 22nd. So the final little bit of Scorpio season, we will be hitting the cusp of Scorpio and Sagittarius. And this is a really vital week because I saw when I was doing the general tarot readings for November that at least half of the signs had very chaotic energy for the third week. It was a very strong repetitive pattern this month that week 1, week 2, and week 4 had like really nice, dainty energies, but week 3 had this like really extreme 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, death energy coming up. So it felt strange to me, and it felt really extreme and polarized and volatile. So leading up to this third week of November, we need to really be prepared to take a look at what needs effort, what needs work, to understand the larger, more broad perspective of our current path, our current momentum, and to just like, disconnect from this really electric, really frenetic, really high stakes mentality that I feel is really prevalent right now. So let's talk about high stakes. Let's talk about sense of urgency, sense of I got to do this right now, otherwise I'm going to like fail or something. It feels like there is a bit of desperation, like there is a bit of high stakes fear of being insignificant. We have a strange relationship right now with significance, with how we value certain structures of our lives, how we value ourselves, the conditions under which we prescribe ourselves value. Like, I'll only be valuable once I have that successful company. I'll only be valuable once I have that incredible degree. I'll only be valuable once I step into that particular reputation, once I have that, power. This is the way that the Scorpio and Capricorn energy have come together. And as the sun moves through these last few degrees of Scorpio, and it makes the exact sextile to Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, especially at the midpoint, so I would say around the time of like November 17th, 18th, there's going to be a very natural understanding of what makes us strong, what makes us formidable, what makes us powerful as people. I think that every individual can get a very nice intuitive instinct about what is most empowering for them. And I'm not so much talking about ego power. I'm not so much talking about, status. That is clear too. But what actually gives us charge as people. We're electric beings, we have a certain need for energy in order to animate ourselves. And it feels that that's going to be very front and center. Like, what actually gives me the energy to get out of bed in the morning? What actually invigorates me enough to declutter my life, or to make a sort of an estate, like, many different things, many different possessions, many different things that I own in life. Again, whether we're talking about physical objects or even like emotional experiences, like the emotional estate comes to mind. What an incredible term that has come through with this Scorpio Capricorn connection. The emotional estate becomes clear. Like, what feelings, what resentments am I harboring? What grudges am I holding? What self-fulfilling prophecies am I initiating? All of these things really starting to manifest into the physical with the sextile is really important to let go as much as possible in a way, so that we can actually create room and create empty space, so that this incredible Jupiter Saturn conjunction in Aquarius coming in December can refill. Okay, so it's a really good time to let go of certain things, but that's where this discernment comes in. I keep talking about how we've got to really be careful what we do choose to get rid of. There's a large pressure placed on cleaning things, or purifying, or releasing, or just letting go of even physical property or physical possessions. That is very strong right now. And how we gain more power, or how we gain more resonance within ourselves, by having less. Okay, that's like the ultimate Saturnian theme, the sense of gain and the sense of empowerment that does come from loss and limitation. It's interesting, people with really strong Saturn placements or really strong Saturn transits, strong emphasized Capricorn in their chart, you see that they do over time become strong and conditioned to expansion, actually, through the limitations that they've faced. And likewise, you see that certain people with less Saturn placements or less hard-hitting Saturn transits, they do get a lot quicker gains and a lot nicer, more, I guess you could say, benevolent experiences, but there's less permanence within the gains that they get as well. It's kind of more of like scattering candy instead of a long-term gain. So what else do I want to say? It's like we are now intuiting the Saturnian sense of limitation, and how that over a long period of time becomes a gain for us, how it maybe motivates us toward that career path, or toward that sense of well-being that we could have never otherwise had. It really helps us to appreciate time in a new way. Saturn, and it's interesting, information with Saturn is coming through because I'm preparing to make a Saturn in astrology video on YouTube. So it's already coming through, but, and that's why I'm doing the Saturn video on November 20th, is because Saturn is in a really great place. It's in its home sign of Capricorn, and it's really good in this Scorpio season to understand Saturn more, because we have more of an intuitive, naturally flowing connection to Saturn. So that's why I'm making that video now. And on November 18th, what's really interesting is we get this incredible final Capricorn stellium. It's like the final capstel. We get the Moon, Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn all together in Capricorn. And I believe that there may be another one right around December 19th and 20th, but Saturn's already going to be moving into Aquarius. So I really do consider this like the final large Capricorn stellium. So it's kind of like we are so aware of the contents of our lives. We are so aware of all of the working features and all of the fixtures and foundations that we've generated. And there's this really great moment on like November 18th and November 19th to a degree